So my name is Jacob Schwarz. I'm with a company called Mystery Box. We are a film production company here based in Salt Lake City, Utah. The Highwayman is a romantic ballad and narrative that takes place in the 18th century England about a highwayman who falls in love with this landlord's daughter. We thought it would be amazing to take this old 18th century poem and turn it into more of this sci-fi twist. The GH6 worked really well for this project because what we needed was a small camera that was very versatile and could work quickly. And what was nice with the LUMIX cameras, unlike some of the other cinema cameras we use, especially on a tight time frame, it was a quick and fast tool that allowed us to shoot quickly and efficiently and tell our story without having to have all of the overhead that we usually have with typical film productions. Having the 5.7 resolution allows us to just have that flexibility of saying, you know what, if we have to reframe or adjust that pan or push in or stabilize that image for any reason at all, we have that extra resolution to do that with. ProRes is like the universal standard codec for most post houses. Whether you're shooting in any kind of format, whether it's RAW or HEVC or H.264 format, typically what we always do is we convert it to ProRes so that it's an easier to file to work with. But we definitely use the dynamic range boost on the new GH6. It was allowing us to get at least another stop and a half, if not a little bit more, of dynamic range on the camera. And especially with us shooting out in nature where we don't have as much control of the light and where we're trying to do a lot of different balancing between our shadows and highlights, having that extra dynamic range was super invaluable, especially out in the desert. One of the big things we wanted to try to do was, with this story, last time I shot for the S1H, we used cinema lenses, we used a cinema platform, but it was big and bulky. So what we decided to do was actually, Panasonic came out with some really great new lenses. They had a 10-25 and a 25-50 that have an f1.7 f-stop. So we decided, let's just commit to those lenses and shoot everything on those lenses. The guys over at Override Films who were operating and running the camera with us, they were super impressed by the ProRes, the lack of rolling shutter issues that they saw as we moved and did our shots. And also what was great too is we shot a lot with the drone camera. But since this camera was so small and with the lenses being so small and compact in a quick ecosystem, we were able to build a quick setup that allowed us to go straight from the motor crane right onto the drone and back and forth quickly and easily. Again, just saving us time during our shoot. I'm super satisfied with the look of the project and how it's all come together. The GH6 was invaluable because it allowed us to take a story that could have been really complex and overbearing and now allow us to shoot it in a very short time frame, but also retain the image quality that we are used to with some of the bigger camera systems. It all kind of worked beautifully into our ecosystem here at Mystery Box and Paradox Post of taking the project from conception all the way through delivery.
Panasonic.